If you want to watch a show with two guys who are on and off more than Jimmy Kimmel, then go to YouTube, search out at NTTFGPOD, and hit that like and subscribe button. I'm Rock.
I'm Archie.
Well, our opinions, they might not matter to some, but...
What are you doing in there?
It's a podcast.
Immature, crass, trashy. And those are their good qualities. These poor schmucks are a couple of IQ points away from eating paste. But when it comes to music, sports, and comedy, well, that's all they know. You're listening to
Not These Two Fucking Guys.
Not These Two Fucking Guys podcast.
What are two things that are completely opposite from each other, but yet you love them both?
Your personalities.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
We're going somewhere. Well, two things that I love. Musically, I love Bruce Springsteen, the boss.
I think I know where you're going with this.
In fact, his movie's coming out in a couple weeks, and I want to go see it. It's about his album Nebraska. And the other thing I love is a band called Sleep Token. And a couple nights ago in Philadelphia, Sleep Token played a Springsteen song. And if anybody out there knows what Springsteen and Sleep Token, those are fucking complete opposites, no?
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about a masked industrial metal hip hop band with...
And then there's Sleep Token. Well,
who knows? You never know what Springsteen's next album. It could be like, maybe like a little hip hop, Yeah. But so the singer performed Dancing in the Dark on piano, and it just goes to show you through the test of time, you're not going to get many Springsteen fans at a Sleep Token show. Maybe some parents that brought their kids, maybe, because I could definitely see some kids that are like 12, 13 there, that are into that band and they got brought by their parents.
Yeah.
But the average Sleep Token fan, you're not.
At this point, they're brought by their grandparents. But
yeah, well, yeah, I guess. But
Homeboy's like 76 years old now, right?
Yeah. Oh, his birthday was yesterday, actually.
You give him a call?
I was like, hey, it's Archie. Happy birthday, my dude. I'll meet you down by the river.
Get you down in Asbury.
Yeah, I'll see you in Asbury. But the thing that I'm getting at is that for eight bars into the cover, the place went like that. People knew what he was playing. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, even at a Sleep Token song, Dancing in the Dark was known. It's just crazy how if you got a good song, you got a good song. Yeah, but they didn't do it in like Munich, Germany. He did it in Philadelphia, close to home.
Yeah.
I just thought it was cool that two things that I love. If anybody out there can take anything from this conversation, Rocky's dumb and listen to Sleep Token and Bruce Springsteen. Not together, or else you'll cast a spell on yourself.
Yeah, that reminds me of the time when Johnny Cash was the guest villain in a Columbo episode. Kind of the same thing for me. Two of my favorite things, just opposite though.
Got it. I like it. But it was pretty cool. As soon as I saw the headline, I knew he was playing a Springsteen song. Like, it was really good, but I thought it could have been a little more Sleep Tokenish. That's just me being a little picky. Like, I think they could have droned it down because he played it upbeat, pretty much. That up tempo. I think he could have gothed it out a little more. But whatever. Hey, listen, two of my favorite things. Check it out. Sleep Token, Springsteen. Yo, Rock.
Yo.
May I ask you something, please?
A lot of questions you got today, kid. Lots.
Yeah. What would you do if you found out in your wherever you live, in your complex, or maybe like on your block, if you got a call from, say, Joe Smith, your neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man, I just want to give you a heads up. House down the block got burglarized. Uh, I just want to let you know, just to be on, maybe, the old neighborhood watch type thing. Maybe you be on the lookout for some shady cars or anything like that. I just want to let you know, heads up. Obviously he's a friend of yours. Like it's a cool thing to do, a neighborly thing to do. Correct?
Of course.
What would you do?
Say something.
What would you do if you heard that a house on the block got burglarized?
I'd make sure the alarm is always on.
Okay,
The guns are fucking loaded.
got it.
And, you know, stay on high alert, head on a swivel like this.
And guns, you mean what's connected to your sternum? Those guns? Like I don't know what fucking guns you're talking about. But
Raffo. Fuck around
uh,
and find out.
a house on my block got burglarized.
Uh-oh.
So what happened?
What, a fucking bear?
I know, right? Well, let's just put it this way.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you this.
Yeah,
It was definitely somebody that knew the people.
that's what we think.
Because
We
where
think.
where your development is situated,
Yeah.
you're not going up there by accident. Like you have an intent.
The theory is that this house, they own an establishment in town
Okay.
that would require cash.
Okay.
And we think that because, bro, let me just tell you, as soon as one person found out, which it's a good thing. This is a good thing. Once one person found out, that thing fucking sailed down the block. Like if you saw a chart of the house lit up, who finds out the information, it was like bing, 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 like all the way down the block. But by every white, right, man, like everybody gets a little nervous. Like that's not cool. But
Huh.
here's the shit that's gonna bug you out now. Are you ready for this? This is
The
where
father did it.
this is where we have smiles, but now this turns a little bit to the left. Are you ready? And left, I don't mean political left. I mean just weird. The family was home, and the burglar came face to face with a 12-year-old girl. Came in through the basement,
Okay.
found out the family was home. I don't know if he took anything. I still haven't found that out. Came face to face with the daughter, and then he ran out the front door.
Okay, well that's good. Thank God.
Thank God. Now, you ready? Now we now obviously we make a little light of the situation and everything. What?
Daughter.
Now they don't have kids.
It wasn't the house that sponsored it, your kids.
But what now? What do you do? Would you not freak the fuck out? I would lose my fucking mind. I would lose my fucking mind. I'm not saying I'm this big tough guy, but man, oh man,
Now, does the daughter recognize the person?
I don't know. I don't know how far this goes. This only happened pretty much yesterday, and we're trying to find out more details and stuff. But you want to hear some like crazy shit? Like 2 houses down, ADT truck, 2 houses down, Schloman's truck.
Yeah.
Everybody went like fucking. Let's get alarmed up.
I've got a theory.
Yeah,
Theory.
of a dead.
So remember how like you had some work done at your house,
Yeah,
tile or something like that, and you recommended the guy to me, and then you get like a bird dog from it. You get like a fucking little referral fucking
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
The guy was getting. They were probably getting an alarm system installed to begin with,
Uh-huh.
and they said, "Hey, if you can refer like 10 people on your block, we'll do yours for free." So then he went and told you, "Oh my God, fucking burglar came in. It was crazy. Everyone should get an alarm. I have a card right here if you."
I know, and that's not even far fetched, you know.
Dude, that's fucked up though. So I'm assuming if like
There's a Ring video. I have a Ring video. I'm not going to put it up though, but I have a video.
person wearing like a disguise.
He was wearing a mask, ski mask.
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
yeah. But bro, how do I put this? He looked like not like he looked frumpy. He looked like he could have tripped over himself. Like he didn't look like like you would think a burglar. I don't know, man. You're creeping through the night. Homeboy looked like he had a couple burgers before he fucking went out, and he looked a little toply, top heavy. I guess that's what I want to say. But like,
But he was like fucking Marv and whoever.
yeah. And Howie, Marvin, Harry.
Dude,
Yeah,
that's
so
pretty scary.
that's yeah. So
This is like broad daylight, like or like
8 o'clock at night.
yeah, fuck that.
Would you?
So let me ask a question. So how do they like? Did the kids scream like holy fuck? There's a
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But it's funny how I don't know all the details. As much as I just said to you, as much
I
as
wouldn't say you know all that you don't know all details. I don't know you. I think you know pretty much any of the details.
no, but a neighbor that I'm friendly with went to came home with his son from practice at 8 o'clock. And all of a sudden fucking popo all over the place. And up by me, if there's police up by me, it's like
Yeah.
what the fuck is going on, right?
It's a destination. You're not just passing by your street.
They said there was 3 cops out there, guns drawn. The kid like almost shit his pants, like fucking what is going on?
Right.
Yeah, yeah. But they didn't catch him. They didn't get him. So I don't know. It's a little crazy though, right? I mean,
From what you're saying, it's. I'm going to say it's somebody that either you said they have a business in town, maybe works for the business.
yeah.
They're going to
Yeah.
catch the person.
They either catch this person or I just this fucking place going to shit. Let's fucking we're moving.
That's it.
Where you want to go?
Pull a moving truck up.
Where you want to go?
Listen, I think that. So, are you going to organize a neighborhood watch now?
So it's funny you say that because I'm an older dad. So if you compare my age to the other dads, I'm probably like 8 to 10 years older than them, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like talking with them, but then some's like a 2 years older than me, and they got the joke. I was like, guys, I heard of this program. It's called COP. It's called Citizens on Patrol. And the one guy looked at me, goes, "Oh shit, police academy!" And I was like, "Yes, you got it." And like the other father,
Thank God somebody got it.
and then the other father just when you give somebody the old ha ha ha, ha the old,
I was like, ha ha, this guy fucking smokes too much weed.
So I don't know. And then you got like one father who's a little fucking. He's ready to take matters into his own hands.
Yeah. You got the vigilante.
Yeah. He's like, he's walking up and down the block with his dogs and shit. I don't know. It's just it has everybody in an uproar, the block, and it's not cool. But let's just hope that everything works out, and I pray that it never happens to me or anybody I know. And I pray that.
Well, thank God it's family that nothing happened.
That thank God nothing happened to that girl or anything, because that would be a horrible situation. But it just goes to show you, no matter where you live, bro, you could live in the hood, you could live in Hollywood. It doesn't matter, bro. You fucking they want to come get you. They're gonna come get you. Yo, Rock.
What's up, dude?
Been a while, my friend, but I think this podcast is going to be an eye-opening podcast for a lot of people out there when this gets out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Here we go. Listen, In a world where the line between performance and reality can blur, you find out who someone's true character is and when the script goes out the window. When a fellow wrestler was in a real danger and time was running out and he didn't hesitate. I mean, others stood frozen. Our guest stepped right in, rushing into the ring to stop an attack that could have turned deadly. He didn't ask any questions. He didn't wait for a cue. He acted because that's what heroes do, right? Today, we're not just talking about a powerhouse in the ring. We're talking to a man whose courage matches his moniker. Welcome to Not These Two Fucking Guys podcast, Doug The Epic Malo.
What's up, guys? How are you?
What's going
up,
on?
man? How are you?
I'm good, Just
Good.
another fucking day.
Yeah. Well, first and foremost, thank you very much for taking some time out and jumping on the pod with us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Awesome.
And thanks for supporting Stu's GoFundMe. Thanks for all the kind words that you guys have said so far, and I appreciate everything.
Awesome.
Of course. This was I saw this on TMZ in my feed, I think, and I watched this this heinous act go down, and I was floored. I actually had to I rewind because I think it was a reel or something. I had to rewind it again and refresh, and I had to look at it again and say, is this, because there's scripts, and there's, as you're in the biz, scripts, and what's part of show, what isn't. And I'm not a professional, but when I saw Homeboy's head hit the canvas, I went, I don't know about this. But
Yeah.
we
Even being there.
I couldn't even imagine being there live, fucking witnessing this shit.
Yeah, so like I knew they told me, gave me a whisper. What I was the only person, I guess, they whispered and said, could you go out there, make sure nothing. I don't know if you guys heard the whole story, but so then when I came back and he already was getting slammed. I think it's all getting fuzzy, but then I saw like the first couple punches, and you could see a camera angle when I'm from the side, and my eyes are like saucers, just like,
Yeah.
because I'm sitting there in disbelief, like, oh fuck, like this can't, like this is going, like now we're like, at first you're like, I'm looking at the punches, like those are on the side of the head, like are those landing? And I'm sitting there looking, and I'm like, okay, I gotta go. So then when I go in like that, then the rest is history. But like even for a moment, like right, as a wrestler, I didn't know what they had planned. I didn't know what they, you know what I mean? Because it's like typically something went south right away because they tell you what they had planned. They're like, oh, he's going to do this. They're going to duck this. It's going to be this, and then this and this, right?
Okay.
So like then I'm thinking to myself, like, I didn't know anything of what they were supposed to be doing. Right. So like I just know that like there's like this might go on, he's going to do a run in. And I'm like, okay, so like what's going to be what did they have planned?
Yeah.
So like when I'm watching it right there, you can see it from the side angle when the kid's like, save him, Epic, and I'm like, my eyes are like trying to like digest exactly what I'm looking at, and then having a breakdown of like, I got to get in there and I can't land on Stu. I have to get him off of Stu. Like that was in my head as I'm going in there. That's why when I tackled him, I didn't do a normal tackle body weight on him. I scooped and turned my body and like death rolled like and threw him because I didn't want any body weight going on top of Stu.
Wow.
Because I knew at that point it was, something terrible was going to be wrong with Stu. And like, at this point, like I had to make sure that he can't get back to him. And it was nuts.
So let's back up 1 second, pause for a second. Tell everybody how long have you been a professional wrestler?
Shit, like maybe 2.5 years. Like I was a professional powerlifter. I've always been an athlete, right? So like I got into wrestling, honestly after another incident. I had a real bad day. I went to a gym. Somebody asked me, I want to be a pro wrestler, and that's how I got into pro wrestling. I did it because my best friend, he tattooed on my neck, all of my head. This is a tribute to my best friend.
Wow.
We had a big joke about being a tag team called the Smash Brothers because my other buddy, John Cuevas, was a wrestler, and he wrestled with like the Young Bucks Federation before they were AEW. So we're like, how cool would it be if we all just, we did this? And like, at the time we had these jokes, like we were powerlifters, right? So like, my buddy's big thing was, eat ass, take trend, and, chase women. Yeah.
Rocky does 2 out of the 3.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So like,
You
we
could guess.
we're we're over here just laughing our ass off about all these stupid things we could say and do in a ring, you know. And then like when I got asked if I wanted to be a wrestler after my buddy had passed away, you know, it clicked in my head because I went to the gym that day. When the guy asked me if I wanted to be a wrestler, I went to the gym just to get my head straight, thinking that like, you know, what event just took place, God's either gonna platform me or take me home soon. Like I just done this great deed and like I have repented so much, but like you can't undo, you know, a lot of stuff. So I'm like freaking out. And then somebody was like, "You want to be a wrestler?" I was like, "Okay, replatformed. I will be replatformed. Wrestling is the life for me, and that is where I'm
Yeah.
headed."
Yes.
Yeah.
Got it.
Nice. What is that tribute tattoo for people that are listening to this?
So we out. So it's a raven
That's fucking cool.
and a blood moon, and then the
Oh,
graveyard and his
wow.
gravestone's down my neck.
Wow, dude,
So you
that's
know, like
that's
yeah,
badass.
Ravens usher in the dead in Valhalla, and we always joked about, you know, because we always laughed at all the blowhards, you know, so we always joked about squats. Will send us to Valhalla, you
Mhm.
know, squat day, the never-ending squat. You know, people die in war; it's never-ending war for us. We'll die and we'll have never-ending squats.
Yeah, dude. That's like some 300
Yeah,
shit, looks like, bro.
yeah,
Like
he
some.
was my boy. We
Yeah.
have some of the funniest videos. We had videos of me squatting like 500 pounds on my back and at the bottom doing a whole beer bong and then dancing to Hulk Hogan, Real American afterwards. Oh, dude, we didn't give a shit. We
That's
had so much fun.
fantastic.
It was
Very
my
good.
best friend. We would take all of our clothes off and leave our fanny pack on and our underwear rolled up and walk around the Fit Expo in LA and just go, Dad, Dad. Just try to, yeah. So that's how I got into, like, that's part of why I'm a wrestler is because
Yeah.
it's me finding a way to connect with that energy, you know?
Got it.
Awesome. So sorry for the loss of your friend,
Yeah.
obviously,
Yeah.
but I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, I guess the it puts you on this path, which now talking about this latest incident, obviously no hyperbole, but you legitimately saved somebody's life. Not many people get to experience that or feel what that feels like. Um, we're talking about Syko Stu. We'll get into the whole incident, but um, it's got to be a weird feeling. All of a sudden, you just get thrust right into because everybody's talking about this. Like
Yeah.
this video,
Yeah.
for good, bad, or indifferent, is everywhere. So talk about just being thrust into that spotlight. And you were just doing basically, instinct, like you're a good deed, if you will.
Yeah. It's honest. It's been a lot. Mostly because, you know, everyone's praising me, but I'm still worried about my buddy.
Sure.
And that's
Yeah.
why I'm so manic about the GoFundMe. And, you know, like Stu's a veteran, I'm a veteran.
Hmm.
Stu would do that for me. Stu would jump in front of, Stu would save anybody, you know?
Sure.
He is a good guy. He stands up for what's right. He's a hard worker. He's a
Hmm.
sweetheart of an individual. And like if he makes a mistake, he's willing to apologize and he'll mean it when he apologizes, you know? And that's also what's so heartbreaking is how many times he apologized to Russia. And
Yeah.
you know, I know Stu and what apologies mean to him, you know?
Sure.
You know, like yeah, it just it's crazy because I have all this attention on me and like I didn't ask for it. And then you
Yeah.
know, you get so much hate, so much love, so much mix here and there. So many people like the internet's so wild. These people make up these wild fucking claims. Like the TNZ interview, they're like, "Oh, Rampage paid him off because he said he didn't want Roger to go to jail." That's not what I said. One, I think they cut it short, but I said I don't think he should have an extensive amount of time in jail. I think he needs mental health more than he needs anything, but he should go to jail. But like because at that point in time too, I hadn't seen the video of him talking before he jumped in the ring.
So let's take it back to the
Yes.
first Arch, if you want to go here.
So, well,
Yeah.
what needs to be cleared up, at least for me, if you can, and I'm sure the listeners would love to hear this too. What we see on social media could be, totally not in the right context, totally
Misconstrued.
misconstrued. Like from what I saw, you see the clip, big guy slams beer into looks like a smaller guy's head, And
Yeah.
it was, and then, let's cut the reel, and then it goes to him sliding in and, doing what he did, slamming him and then punching him in the face unmercifully. Now, can you kind of go over what how this escalated and started, and then, where it landed?
See, the thing is, I didn't even see the beer can. You could see in the video when it happened. I'm in the background calling my match
Okay.
with my buddy Zeke, the Samoan Reaper. Journey fought too. Sorry, if I talk about the wrestlers, I got to put the names out there. Alex Ace,
Yeah,
7 footer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put them all out.
Yeah, they're great people and fantastic to watch in ring. So, anyways, there's that. I'm talking there. So the beer can thing happens. And I didn't even know about it, but then I watched all the other videos, starting to get the data, start talking to people, and piecing everything together. Stu apologized multiple times. He tried to apologize right after it happened. And when he smashed the beer can on his head,
Yeah.
he's looking right at Raja and he goes, "What? You're not going to sell it?"
yeah.
Because he thinks it's a word.
Okay. That's what people don't know.
So when you say something like, "Oh, are you going to sell it?" Stu's like, "We're doing the thing. You had the camera out. We are trained that when the camera is out, you're on.
So,
When there's a camera out and you're a wrestler, you're on. You're on
Okay.
duty."
Okay. I then that's like that, and that's something the average Joe, right? We don't know that shit, right?
Yeah.
But
And
now is he?
yeah,
I don't know if you can answer this. Is he a wrestler or an up and coming wrestler or trying to be a wrestler or just there?
Raja.
Yeah.
Raja was invited by somebody who trains. From what I'm hearing, was his coach.
Okay.
And also the guy is also a wrestler. The guy with the cowboy hat.
mhm.
Yeah, a complete dipshit of a human.
Okay.
Yeah, I just worked out at the gym he got fired at. I was very happy to be there and not see him.
Huh.
Um,
All
yeah,
right.
no, this guy is a complete moron. Knowing that Raja had a history of being volatile, like stealing his dad's car, getting arrested, having other little flare-ups. You brought this guy backstage, this whole thing happens, and then, then they're like, "Oh, we'll get you in a ring." You already heard the videos will say we'll make a work out of it, which is, I think, is a terrible idea, but they did what they did. But the worker that brought him, you're bringing a guest, you're telling everybody when you bring that guest that this guest is safe, like safe to be around for everybody else, because you're bringing them to a place where you have fraternity with your other wrestlers.
It's like it's like you have to vouch for this guy to be
Yeah.
in that
Yeah.
in your confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this guy who brought him is a known dipshit and a bully, is telling Raja, tag his shit. Remember what a receipt is, tag his shit. Right. And everyone who knows who AJ is knows that he's being serious. He's trying to lie and say he was in character. And I was in character. I believe in kayfabe. I believe in this. The week before that, he was telling people kayfabe is dead. Better than that, he shot a live stream. He did a Twitch video. He's done multiple videos with Raja, and he knows that all Raja does is live stream and do kick videos.
Okay.
And then he's on JBL's podcast yesterday saying, "I didn't know that it was they were streaming. I didn't know, like I was in character. I didn't know that they were streaming." And then Conrad asked him later, he goes, "Oh, did you do something on the day?" I was like, "Oh, we did a live stream the day before." So that this guy only does live streams.
Yeah, that's his
And
thing.
then yeah. And then all of a sudden you didn't know that he was live streaming at this fucking event, you stupid asshole.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and then the other thing is, I talked to just somebody right now when I was at the gym that he used to work at, right? And they were like, and I was telling him what he said on the live stream about the streaming while he was talking shit about me. And they're like, "What? He live streams with them all the time. He knows that's all he does for money."
Okay, so this makes sense now.
So
And
the
he
guy's
takes-
a complete yeah.
he brings him there. Now, obviously, I'm guessing Syko Stu never met Raja before.
No.
Is there like he walked to the back? Is there a camera by him? Like, is obviously he streams. Raja seems to stream his whole life. I mean, that seems to be like his thing.
That's where all the videos came from. Is his live stream.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Stu, like you said, you guys are always working. He thinks that he's gonna, like, "Oh, you don't know me," almost doing an angle, does the beer can bit, and then, oh, you're not gonna sell for me, and then
Yeah.
at that point, you can see Stu recognizes, okay, this guy's not a wrestler, and you see him apologize at least twice. I saw it.
3 times, multiple times. The other thing too is AJ's around going, that Stu's my brother. Stu's my brother. I would never. Okay, well, you're also on video when you're telling him to get a receipt, lay that shit in, tag his shit. You go, that guy's a fucking idiot. I'm sorry, but
okay.
I would never talk about my brother to a friend and say my
Yeah.
brother's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
And then if that person had the intent to punch my brother in the face as hard as they can, never in my life, I wouldn't even allow him to think that. I would pull him aside and be like, hey, look, buddy, there was a mistake that happened. He offered an apology.
Yeah.
Right. If you wanted to do something, you could have done it right then and there. Now we're done here. We
Yeah.
need to we need to squash the situation, but if it gets any worse, it's going to get way out of hand. Like, that's how you handle that as an adult. You know what I mean? No
Yeah.
adult should sit there and say, I'm going to bring real violence to a show where kids are there to be entertained.
Yeah.
And then Raja's being gassed up by the chat and all the streamers saying, you're not going to do shit. You're a bitch. You'll never be your father, whatever it is. His father calls him and said, you're being hugged on by dudes in spandex. So then Raja's telling them, like, telling his kick stream before he goes in a ring, I've always wanted to fuck up a pro wrestler, like, for real. I'm going to punch him as many times as I can until somebody pulls me off of him. I'm going to hurt this month. Like, just talk, like, evil shit. Like, bro,
Jeez,
one
fuck.
punch could kill a man.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he was already unconscious, and you laid in 23 more. You fucking pile of shit. Like, that's what makes me so mad. But like, also, if you're bringing in somebody that's that volatile in a weird way, I almost feel sorry for him, because somebody who's supposed to be a mentor and look out for him as a coach or whatever it is should have never allowed him to be in a situation like that, where the people he is unsafe, like where Raja could be unsafe, or the people around Raja are unsafe. Because there were some very big people in the back that didn't see this thing because of the way the room is set up and all the other stuff. Right now, like, if Zeke would have saw it, Zeke's a big boy. He's like 6'4", 270, and he's a trained guy, right? And then we have other big guys out there, and they're not afraid to scrap, right? So, like, I'm glad that those people didn't jump Roger, because then what? Then Rampage and all his people, then we have a bloodbath, right? So like, the fact of the matter is, to me, that's why I'm so mad at the person who's a wrestler, but also friends with Raja, who wants so much attention and clout by this kick stream. He's like getting secondhand attention. You know what I mean? That's like getting sloppy seconds. You know what I mean? Like, you're just fucking waiting there with your mouth while your buddy's piling away at the bottom of it. You know, just a worm mentality. What a fucking shit show this human being is. So this is that guy wanting this much attention, that you allowed people's health and safety and these children and all these people to be traumatized because you needed attention. And better yet, he never once fucking apologized. Not once, for bringing him to this event. He didn't apologize shit. He lied and said he went to the hospital afterwards. He never went to the hospital. In one video, he said he went to another booking. Did you go to the booking? Did you go to the hospital? I went to the hospital after I got stitches in my eye. I went and saw Stu right after I got stitches.
Yeah.
So to me, like you said, if obviously it seemed, I don't know Raja obviously, but it seems like he has something mental going on, right? I'm not gonna whether
something to prove.
Yeah, like
something
to
prove.
A chip on his shoulder, and then just the more videos I saw, like I saw the initial video, I was like horrified. Then you see, like you said, I didn't see him in chronological order, and they started coming out when he's talking on his live stream saying he's gonna fuck him up and he's gonna do this, he's gonna do that, and then afterwards, like zero remorse of what just happened. And this guy AJ, you brought him there. If you cared about the kid could have and probably did fuck up the rest of his life right now.
Yeah. And then you call him, you didn't know to do that. We told AJ to call him. You know, and then the other part of that is AJ, knowing that this guy is volatile, you didn't think to get off your fucking ass and maybe peek through the curtain and make sure that your boy doesn't do some stupid shit?
Yeah.
What a loser. Like, what a complete coward. Sitting on a fucking chair when I went outside, because after Raja was let out the front door, which pissed me off because he should have been held till the cops came, right? I started realizing that my eye was leaking blood on my chest, and I fucking got enraged. So then I rolled out the ring and I darted out the front door to go get him again. You know, I'm just mad, you know, and I'm going to make sure that he stays until the cops come. And then they're stopping me from going out the front door. So then I go out the back door, you know, and I'm trying to find him. I walked right past AJ when I went out the back door, and he's still sitting in the chair like a lazy ass, like a little coward. After he caused all this shit, And like people, he's trying to say to other people that Roger's a psychopath and he ruined his life. Well, if you knew he was a psychopath,
Yeah.
why in the hell is he here at a kids event, a kids entertainment event? You stupid asshole.
Now,
Like, yeah,
I'm sorry to cut you off. Is
no, it's cool.
is this dude Raja? Is he sorry because I haven't.
He's Rampage Jackson's son.
No, I know that. Is he in custody now for this?
To my knowledge, no. That I think the state's picking it up, and LA drags their feet. I think LAPD, from what I heard from some other sources, got removed from it, and then somebody else is now on it.
Is it
Yeah, he will
because
be in jail.
is it because they're like, all right, the investigation, right? I mean, I don't think you have to be a great investigator to see what happened. Is it because they're like they don't know in wrestling what's real and what's not real? I mean, is that like what's holding it up? Because if it is, that just seems absurd.
No, it's because it's LA, and they're afraid to do anything that could possibly give them a little blemish or backlash.
Sure.
They have a very soft mayor who can't even help fire victims or come up with answers for that. Karen Bass is ineffective at best, and at worst, willfully incompetent. Like
Yeah.
uh, I am so disgusted with the whole situation, from how it started, how was handled afterwards, and then even with the police involvement. Um, a detective is talking to one of my buddies today. They're going to get a hold of him. But I also discussed it with the internet. Um, this whole situation is maddening. To see human behavior at a very like that poor kid,
Yeah.
Doomsday, right? He goes and he tries to get Raja off first. Brave, scared out of his fucking mind.
Look,
He's
we
not
gotta
a
bring we
fighter.
gotta bring him in, Arch.
Yeah, actually, yeah,
Yeah.
that's all right. So, real quick, just to lead our audience in, give me just a sentence or two. We're gonna bring in Doomsday, right? Is that it? Or is that it? Or Doom?
Doom? I think it's I am Doom. I call him Doomsday.
We're all right, Doomsday.
Yeah. Let him. Hey, we'll just say it wrong and then
Yeah.
let him correct us. Okay.
Perfect. All right,
Yeah.
we're gonna let your friend and fellow wrestler that was there that day on right now.
Okay. Let me know when he's on so we can stop talking shit.
I'm letting him in right now. Oh, is he sleeping?
Is he muted? I don't.
Bro, thank
If
God.
he's jacking off, it's
No, bro, thank you for fucking fooling me with a thumbnail because I swear to God, I thought you were in your mask with a fucking beer in your hand.
Oh man.
Okay,
I was just saying, like,
hello?
I hope he didn't forget that he was on a live stream and then, bust out the Kleenex and the lotion and shit. Like, I know.
Okay, hello. Can you guys hear me? Can you
Yeah,
guys hear me?
yeah. Thank you
Yeah,
for
Hey,
not embarrassing yourself.
good
Because
to
I
see
would
you guys.
never let you live
All
that.
right, so
I did hear the snippet about the can. I do want to confirm that is a Pepsi can.
okay.
I do want to confirm that.
Elias, my name is Archie. This is Rocco. We are Not These Two Fucking Guys podcast.
Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to
Thank-
meet you guys.
Thank you very much for coming on today. We appreciate it. We're out of New Jersey, and just like pretty much America, all of America, we saw this story. We're big wrestling fans, one of the niches that we do in this podcast, and we wanted to get someone on. So we got on your boy Doug here, and then from there he said he wanted to bring you on, and we'd like to hear the story.
Okay. No, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
more than willing to talk about it.
All right. So where we left off, Doug pretty much explained, his point of view and his side and, and his anger and his hurt and, he's upset with a bunch of people.
Mhm.
And I believe you were there that day. What can
Were you in the match?
Yeah, so that I was gonna say, I was actually a part of the match.
Oh, okay. All right. So let's take it from there. Why don't you or why don't we take from your side as far as did you see anything before this match?
No, so the entire time, uh, so in general, the match was kind of like changing. Like it was this person might be in this match, this was like before the whole incident even happened.
Okay.
So already the match was kind of like, okay, we're not sure who's going to be in the match. And then we organized the match. Originally, it was supposed to be me and Stu tagging, and then it turned into me and Timmy Handsome tagging to like, there was like a whole different mess of it. But it was only until like, I want to say like close to doors opening that I didn't know what had happened. I was busy like in my own little section in the locker room. And I get approached by my tag partner, Timmy Handsome, and he walks up to me, he's like, "Hey," um, and he's like confused. He goes, "Roger Jackson is in our match?" And genuinely, because I know who Rampage is. I'm a fan of his, and
Yeah.
I knew who Roger was because I have friends who are fans of his.
Okay.
So when I was told that, I genuinely thought I was getting ribbed. I was like, haha, okay. Maybe this is the type of ribs we pull backstage, you know. And he like dead faces me and he goes, "No, he's in the crowd." And I was like, "What the I was like, "Why is he
Hmm.
in our match?"
Yeah.
So then I have the situation explained. Okay, the dude came back here live streaming, or like he was recording and Stu hit him over the head with a can. So already I was like, that's a bit odd because that's not the type of person Stu is. I've never seen Stu just randomly walk up and crack somebody with a can.
Yeah.
So already I was confused, and everybody else in the match was like, "Okay, wait, what is happening?" So that's when everything is explained to us. We're told, "Okay, this and this happened," and now they're trying to work it into an angle into the show.
Okay.
So I'm like, "Okay." But while this is all happening, I Roger was never once brought backstage to like talk to the people in the match, to talk to Stu about what the spot was. It's what I've compared it to when talking about it is it felt very much like a game of telephone
Hmm.
about this one specific spot.
Hmm.
And that never happens. If you have
Yeah.
a
Mm-mm.
run in or you have a planned spot, you know exactly what the hell you're doing.
Yeah.
And if you
Yeah.
look at the video, Raja actually pre-jumped his music.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I didn't
Yeah.
notice that, but
That never happens in wrestling. You hear the
Hmm.
music, the wrestler performs. He was in the ring and they played his music when he was already in the ring.
So, but let me
Hmm.
ask you this: how does he, if he's never done this, how does he have music? Like, what, or was that just like,
That's because they set this up and preset it, and then they kind of told everybody secondhand.
gotcha?
If
Yeah.
you if you were looking to fail and have something go wrong, do exactly what they fucking did. And if you had a hint that there was a danger and you only tell one fucking person, what the hell is that? Because I walked to the security guy. I said, you got a radio just in case there's supposed to be this and this. I talked to the sound people. Is this really supposed to happen? I don't know. I was told to come out here. And then I walked back to the security guy. By the time I walked back, he's getting slammed.
Yeah.
So
And that's
do either of you guys know what? Okay, so do we know what the outcome was? Right. So obviously, it's not in the script that he's going to get slammed and knocked unconscious. So what was the end game there? How was that? How would
yeah.
that segment end?
so the way we were told, and again, this is a game of telephone, and I do want to preference this by saying all the talent that were involved in the match, if it looks like, because I've seen a lot of comments where people are like, everybody looks confused. It's because we were, because the original spot was supposed to be uh a single punch. The guy Raja pops up, single punch to Stu, which already I was like, I think that's already too much, but
Hmm.
I'm not the booker, I'm not the promoter. Uh it's not my place to comment. It was supposed to be single punch, Stu sells to the ring, and me and Timmy were gonna just get in there and like work heel on him, and then there was gonna be a run in from the good guys, and me and Timmy get shot out of the ring. So that was the planned spot, like, and that's for again, like everything that like people on interviews have said of like it was supposed to be a single punch. Yeah, it's true because that was what we were told, and that was what like everybody in the match was being told. Everybody in the match was under the impression It's going to be a single punch, and then the heat's just going to be put on Stu, and then we'll go home. But that was supposed to be the end game of the spot, and I mean, again, in the video, it's shown like everybody kind of freezes because like nobody knew that it was going to get to that level, and nobody even really understood why he was in that match to begin with.
So as it's happening, and you could tell, I guess you the ref, I don't know who was in the shot that I saw. So as it's happening, okay, slam. Maybe you're not looking at the whole thing, but like you think, okay, well, this is maybe these. If you're not right in front of them, you don't know if they're worked punches. You don't know, like, is it part of the script? Is it for like? And you don't want to be the one that's going to jump on somebody in 2 seconds before if it turn it into a shoot if it's not right.
Yeah. And that's why like even like in the video, like if you see me, I'm like turning because to me, this I already knew where the cue was supposed to be at because we had discussed it like before we went out. It was like, okay, Stu's gonna hit a spear, and then the guy's gonna come in and just hit that punch on Stu. So we're like, okay. And already I'm like, look, there's a part where like before Raja gets in, I peek over and I'm like, okay, he already missed the spot. So I was like, okay, then I guess we're not doing it. So I go back down because earlier in the match I hurt this left arm. So I'm like, all right, if it's not happening, whatever, let me make sure my arm's good to like do the finish and then we can just be done with this. And then I start hearing the music cue up and I'm like, what the hell's happening? And I peeked back over and by the time I did, Stu's already up in the air. So then Stu goes down and I saw the hands hit. I can't see his head. So I'm like, okay, Stu, I don't think that was a good bump, which is odd because again, this is Stu. He's one of the best workers that we got there. So I'm like, okay, already that's odd.
Yeah.
Then I start seeing punches come down, and like the way you said it, you can't really see because like I'm lower on the floor already, and I mean Raja's a fast dude. These are coming in
Yeah.
fast. So it was only until I saw Stu's head like shake one way and like a bit of blood shoot out, and I was like, oh shit, okay. Instantly, I was like, okay, I need to get him off Stu. So that's why I dove in and I like tried to grab him. And again, I don't like talking about it because I feel like I'm making an excuse for myself, but I didn't get a good grip because I already messed this arm up. And that's why when I go this way, I don't have any grip on him.
Yeah, you can see that you slipped off him for sure.
So that's why like after that I was like, shit, all right. And that's when I hooked under him because I'm like, at least if I hook him, it's gonna at least pull him off. Like at least a little bit, or at least slow the punches down. And then Doug dove in, and I was like, okay, that's odd. Doug's here because I was like, I would have figured like maybe because Doug had just wrestled, so I was a little confused. And but I was like, all right, Doug's got him. Then the whole locker room starts coming out. After I saw that they had Raj in the corner, I was like, all right, let's get Stu out of here. Because at this point Stu is like coughing up blood. He's spitting blood out. So that's when
And
we start like pushing
obviously
Stu.
he's unconscious at the time.
Yeah, like and you hear it like it's something that I like replayed like the night it happened when I tried to sleep is like you
Mhm.
hear Stu like trying to like snore, but it sounds like he's gurgling because again the blood is just like it's in his mouth.
I've heard that before. My friend got
Uh,
not friend. I mean, not to
yeah.
this extent, but a friend got knocked out right in front of me. 2 seconds later on the ground,
Yeah.
like that, and I
And
Yeah.
was
that and that and that and that's one punch.
and that was one punch. Were you there?
hmm
You might have been there that night.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I can only imagine.
So that's when Doug, when you ran in, right? You said they told you there may be something you have to look at, blah blah blah. You run in, and at this point, this is like it's going down for real. What's the thought in your head?
Fuck it, I'm in a fight. So when I threw him over, I told him to calm down. When I grabbed him, I said, "Calm the fuck down," and I threw him. And you could see it. I roll, and I'm starting to get back up, and he shoots a double leg on me. And when he shot the double leg on me, I said, "Well, fuck it." That's when I'm like, "All right, fuck it, we're fighting." So I felt him trying to position. He wanted to get his right arm in a position so he could throw a punch, underhook immediately, took away his leverages. I started walking him back. He used my weight to kind of turn me, and I felt that he wanted to drop a level so he could scoop a leg, pick me up, slam me. So then underhook again, readjusted. So now I'm going to turn him to the corner. And as we're turning him to the corner, I remember seeing his trap, and I felt his hands on my lower back, and I didn't want him to get a back wrench. So I hit him in the trap incredibly hard, so he couldn't dip his lower body. If he would have tried to go lower, I would have sank my teeth so far into his flesh, I would have tore the whole skin off. I didn't give a shit. Like, I was going to take some chunks out of him. The other part of that, too, is his face wasn't available. So I feel like that's also better because I would have had a lot of, like, explaining to do. Then the corner happens. The guy with the baseball jersey gets under me, which pissed me off because, like, I'm in a fight. I could handle my own. But when he did that, Roger's right arm got loose. He punched me in the eye, and that's when I reared back and I headbutt him. And I'd be seeing the angle from behind. I returned fire on him, multiple punches because I was trying to get compliance.
Yeah,
that's legally trying to get compliance. I needed him to calm down and be subdued and stop fighting back, because that you can't take a chance with him hurting anybody else at that point. So, Gus, one of the workers came in and said, "Hey, that's enough, stop," and like kind of pulled me back. And I looked at him and I looked back at Raja, and then my buddy Ryan grabbed him and said, "You know, like, you're gonna walk out slowly, or like this is, you know, gonna escalate." And I guess he walked out with Ryan, but I thought they were gonna hold him till the cops came. And then I turned to my little brother and I looked at him with wide eyes, and like he looks at me back, and I'm like, "Oh, what?" And then I feel the blood running down my face and starting to drip onto my chest. And then I lost it and I rolled out of the ring to go get him outside.
So,
wow.
and you made a great point before that when you came in, you know, you had the presence of mind to know that you can't just tackle. You don't want him falling on Stu, making things worse.
Yeah.
So you had to go at him in such a way where you're trying to peel him off. And I saw you said in another interview that, you know, Raja says he's going to do it until somebody pulls him off. You're like, well, I pulled him off, and then he's trying to fight me. So obviously what he's saying is bullshit.
He was there for blood.
Yeah.
He was incensed. You could see it in his eyes. You know,
So-
when his eyes in the corner, that, I mean, honestly, if his eyes being lit up, or when he shelled up and he had the crazy look in his face, that's when I threw a couple punches at him. Like, you know, like my mind, like, all right, I'll punch that shit out of you. Like, I'm fucking, I've been in quite a few Donnybrooks, far too many. Like, unfortunately, I was a bouncer. I grew up in rough areas. You know, I was in the military. I've been around, and I know when people are out of their mind, and he wasn't in the building. You
Yeah,
know?
it just seeing all the things of people gassing him up on his live stream, and obviously it's people say it's like a shtick that him and Rampage may have. You don't know what goes on behind the scenes, but like to me, it seems like again, not blaming Rampage on it, but like he does ride him pretty hard. You know what I mean? As far as like bust his balls and maybe embarrass him in front of people and like that kind of thing.
But fathers do that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I saw a video, and it kind of made some tears come out when Rampage, full heart and soul, said he hasn't been the same since his mom died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Because the dad's job is to rib the son, to harden him up. You know what I
Sure.
mean? To give him noogies and you know, toughen his ass up for the real world. You know, and
Yeah.
I know what my mom means to me,
Yeah.
and I know what it would be like if I didn't have her, and how hard it would be to digest that. So, like I said, a part of me really does hurt for Raja, and which is why I'm so mad at the dipshit in the cowboy hat. You brought somebody with all this baggage,
Yeah.
and you put him in a fucking perfect storm where he had no chance of succeeding, and now his life is ruined. You should have fucking known better as a mentor and a friend not to put somebody in that position. No way in hell would I allow my little brother to walk into a room where he could show his ass and ruin his life.
Yeah.
For instance, we were at a bar one time. I got bottle service. We're all having fun, and a fight breaks out, and he's yelling stupid shit at the people fighting. And I got mad. I stood up and I pointed at his forehead. I said, "Don't you ever," you know, I said, "What if those people throw something over here?" I said, what if they get into it with you? I said, now me protecting you, it's not going to be a normal fight. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna escalate more because I can't worry about you getting hurt, or I don't want to. I can't have you get hurt. I'm like, so I said, don't you ever put me, your friends, or anybody in that fucking situation. I scolded him. I was pissed.
Yeah.
But that's what you do when you're a mentor, when you love somebody. At what point did anyone pull Raja aside and say, hey, I know you're upset, but like there's kids here. Like this isn't a situation where we should be doing this. This isn't a situation where anything good is going to come out of it. I think it's time we should go.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
to me, and again, I'm not obviously in the wrestling business, just a lifelong fan. I'm not second guessing promoters, whatever, but I don't know, man. Just to put somebody in there who doesn't, who you could think you know something all you want, but until you actually do it and you're trained, you know how to protect somebody, not hurt somebody. I just don't. I think that was just a bad decision to begin with.
Yeah, well, hell yeah, it was.
Yeah,
One of the dumbest fucking decisions I've ever seen.
It sounds like if this goes any further, he might be somewhat accountable for this. He might, if shit goes down.
That's up for the courts and God,
Yeah.
So
well, yeah, the one video was he's like tag his ass. If I'm Raja's lawyer, I'm saying, oh, I mean, he told me what to do. Raja's not a wrestler; he doesn't know. Maybe that's what they do. Like, see, that's what's fucked up about it. Where the waters get so muddy.
The promoter's not the cowboy hat guy. The cowboy hat guy is just an idiot.
Yeah.
The promoter was outside, but when the promoter was like, "Oh yeah, we'll do this and fuck him up," I know how he talks.
Yeah.
And that was not his intention. He
Sure.
meant wrestling, So like, I can go as far as to say that, but he had nothing malicious like in his heart when he said that. The other guy I can't vouch for because he got fired from Stu's ranch and had a problem with Stu because, he like I said, like that guy, I've already put a video up about it. I've already said some things on podcasts. They had a history, and I think he took advantage of the situation because he had a history with Stu. And I can tell you for certain that family is not happy with him.
Got it.
For certain. But I'll let Stu speak on it when he's ready.
Yeah.
Because the history there that I know of, Cowboy Hat had a place to stay at a ranch up there, the D6 ranch, where he's lifting his shirt up in that cringy ass interview he did with CT Fletcher. It's Andre, that dumbass. So that guy was in a bad way. Stu was taking care of him, said, and he brought him around one of our shows, and it was like, what are you doing bringing this idiot around? He's been cancer everywhere he goes. We don't like him. He's violent. He's rude. He's a bully. So it's like, I'm helping to get out. I'll show him some things, right? So they gave him cheap rent as long as he did stable chores at the ranch, right? And of course, this guy is a permanent victim. So everything is, you're taking advantage of me. I paid my dues and you guys are making me do this. Like, no, being there for a month isn't paying your dues. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you're talking to a bunch of ranchers who work hard for a living, who have other jobs besides that too. So like, you're bitching about work that they've already done, been there, done that, while they do other things. So like, you're not helping yourself out, Stu helped him change his oil, showed him how to do all these things, taught him how to do man shit, hold him accountable. And at the end of the day, when he got kicked out of there, he had a problem with that. And he was trying to blame everybody else there because he doesn't know how to take any accountability. The same reason he hasn't fucking apologized for bringing Raja to that place. He hasn't apologized to the families that were affected. Raja, he hasn't apologized to anybody.
It's like bringing that one friend that that's gonna to a party and they're gonna like fuck up somehow.
Yeah, and guess what? When somebody brings somebody to a party and that person fucks up, that person's in trouble for fucking bringing them.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
If you show up to my house and you bring a friend and that person whips his dick out in front of my mom and pees on the carpeting, I'm whipping your ass too.
Wait, you saw Rocky do that?
No, but if he did, all right, look, if somebody did that, like, let's be real, one would first be impressed. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I'd be like, bold fucking move, I'd be like, all right, now put your dick away. I'd be like, Mom, I know how you are. Please stop staring at his wiener. It's not for you, okay? Yeah, this is not a moment of lust. I am angry now, and then I'd have to shake his hand and whip his ass. You know, yeah,
So
you know.
I saw in a post that I believe Elias, you parted ways with the company.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, it definitely was something um that I didn't do easily.
Hmm.
And like me personally, it like already when I got backstage the night it happened, I got backstage and Doug knows this. Doug's known me since I was like 16, 17. I've been there since I was 15
He's
at
18
Knox.
now, by the way, guys. I fucked
Okay.
up. He's 18 now.
Um,
Good,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
But
So now let's blame him.
yeah. Yeah, I'm like now I'm liable. But I had been there, like I basically grew up there and I grew up around a lot of these people. So when I came backstage, I like fucking blew up. And it was to the point where people were like, holy shit, I've never seen you like blow up like that. And I was just like mad and I drove to the hospital the night it happened. I waited out there. I spoke with Stu's family and I spoke with the other talent that was there.
1 second. Was AJ there? AJ said he drove.
I had seen him for like maybe 4 seconds. And then the only conversation I had with him was him asking like, well, what was the spot? And I was like, it was supposed to be a single punch. And he's like, well, what the fuck was an MMA guy doing with a wrestler? And I'm like, up until this point, I didn't know
Why does he
Raja
try
was
to
there
push
as
stupid?
AJ's guest, but I was like, man, I don't fucking know. I'm like, I just saw one of like my coaches get beat up in a fucking wrestling ring. I'm like, we're in the same boat. The guy shouldn't have been there. And he was like, and he walked away. And then I didn't see him the rest of the
And then he's in the video calling the spot. What a dumbass. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. I just
No, you're
this
good.
guy,
You're good.
like, yeah, like he hasn't apologized. So let me explain my position on why I'm so after this motherfucker. Because he is a bully. He does all this stupid shit and doesn't apologize. And I've always been the person to punch a bully back in the face. And at this point, I'm gonna spank his ass every which way I can until he apologizes and fucking owns up and has accountability.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna stop. So sorry, Elias, keep going. My bad,
No, you're
buddy.
good, Doug. You're good. But yeah, so like the entire week, like I I knew it was gonna be bad when I started getting texts from a bunch of people. I started getting texts from people like out of the country. I have friends in Australia that wrestle, and they texted me like, "Yo, this shit is big." They're like, "I'm looking at the news right now in the morning. You're on the news." So
Hmm.
I was like,
Yeah.
"Shit, man. Okay." Like to me, I was like, I need to take a break from social media, and it gave me a lot of time to like sit and think. And to me, my thing was like, there were like to me, my main concern was like, is Stu okay? How's Stu in the hospital? And then my
Yeah.
second concern was, okay, is the locker room okay? Are like the boys and the girls in the back okay? Because to me, that's always been my main concern is like, are they safe? Do they feel safe?
sure.
And from what I was hearing from a lot of the people that like were there that night, and some of them already announced that they're leaving, but a lot of people felt unsafe. And like I told like my closest friends there, I was like, I don't blame them. It's this business is about trust, and that's what I've been taught these past 4 years is this is a business about trust. And I understood where people were coming from where they said they didn't feel safe because quite frankly, it could have been anybody in that match.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And like at that point when Raja was like winging it now and he like wailed on Stu, something I even told Doug, I was like, what could have stopped him from turning around and beating me? Or
Very
like
true.
turning to anybody
yeah.
else that was laying in the match and beating him. And if he got that double leg on Doug, he wouldn't have stopped.
Well, I probably would have got him in an armbar. I I don't want to toot my
Yeah.
own horn, but I'm a motherfucker, you know.
No, yeah, I know. I've seen Doug amateur wrestle in the ring before, so I know Doug would have been able to
Yeah. Yeah.
he would
So,
have handled himself.
Elias, tell me. I'm sorry. Finish your point though about leaving first.
Yeah, and to me, like leaving was more a sense of like I I saw how the situation was handled, and to me, I was like, hey, I want to because I personally don't see me coming back to work another show under this brand after what happened.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
And I'll say like the Rikishi he's a fantastic coach,
Yeah, he doesn't
and
deserve
there are a
this.
lot of alumni there that have helped. Exactly, and like there are a lot of alumni there that have helped teach me. Like when I suffered an injury like back in my first year of wrestling, got two concussions back to back, had bleeding in between my brain and my skull.
Jesus.
And I ended up like having two seizures.
God.
Doctors told me there was like a very slim chance I'd wrestle again. Ended up recovering, and Stu was one of the first ones to be like, "Come here, kid. I'm gonna help you get back to in-ring shape. I'm gonna
Yeah.
help you out." So Stu is one of the ones that I've always looked up to. And again, there's great. I think all the talent at Knox Pro are amazing.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, my thing was, if this was allowed to happen to Stu of all people, what is really protecting us?
Sure.
Yeah.
No, that's a valid point. Now, did they not? Did I see it correctly? They had a WWE ID tag, and now they kind of disassociated themselves with it. Is that, or is that just not accurate?
No, no, no. That is true. I again talking with everybody, like that was one of the things that everybody was like, "Oh shit, the WWE ID is gone." And I was like, "What?" And I checked, yeah, sure enough, on WWE's official ID recruit program, it's the school is not listed. They removed any tweets or mentions of Knox Pro, and like Knox themselves even like blanked out the ID system on their official website.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
tough. That's unfortunate for them, and I guess obviously the families that built that company. Doug had told us that he wanted you to come on. He thinks a lot of you, and that he wanted you to kind of like clear your name. What, were you getting any kind of like hate or something from? I mean, and if so, what?
Um, I've seen like a lot of like personally, the first 2 days I got like a couple comments. Like I got one comment like the night of everything on a promo I did on my Instagram. It was like, "Oh, what are your thoughts on the Raja thing?" And then I got one where it was like, "Oh, well, you didn't even try to pull like the guy off Stu. You don't fucking care about Stu."
Yeah,
And
Reddit's been a
like,
monster too.
yeah, Reddit was another one. I will say one Reddit comment that like it was kind of shitting on me, but I was like, okay, that was funny. Was like somebody posted the clip and they were like, "Damn, Sting has really let himself go."
I'm sorry.
And
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
that
That's
popped to
fucking
me. I was
hilarious.
like, okay, they're shitting on me. I'm like, but that was funny as hell.
Oh, I'll tell you what, not to cut you off, but I watched the video a couple times, only one angle, and they might say, that whole Sting joke, but who the fuck was the guy in the white face with a little purple bag? He took that little purple bag. He was like,
You know what was in the
Well,
bag?
he. I have no
You
idea,
know,
but
it's a
was it?
bag full of cocks. I swear to God, he hit him with a bag of cocks.
I
let me tell you, the
If Archie had a
Grimmy,
dollar for every time that happened to him.
dickhead.
Right, dude? He's gonna have a lot of that saved.
he absolutely he's
Oh,
a sweet guy. He's a
Yeah,
sweet
yeah.
guy, the guy
I'm
that hit
sure.
him. And I feel like he was just like I'm pretty sure he was mad. He was like, "Shit, this is the only thing I have on hand is a bunch of rubber
Yeah.
chickens. Let me hit him with the hard part."
they're heavy as fuck too. Like I mean, that shit had to
Yeah.
hurt. Yeah,
It-
like yeah, it's not like he was hitting him with soft shit. Like that shit hurts. And the fact that he was even doing something and trying to cause pain, I'm like, fuck yeah. You know what I
cock,
mean?
Yeah.
Like,
the cock
yeah,
dealer's in there.
Yes.
yeah. Like I felt like that would have done more than his punches. You know what I mean? So I'm like, fucking bag of cocks.
I
Like,
just,
send it.
it was pretty funny because, like, from my point of view, or whoever, like, you're watching go down, and then this, like, the guy with a white face comes in. He's just like,
Yeah, it was
what the?
so good.
Yeah, I'm like I saw people they were like, "Oh, it was a pillow." I was like, "Let me tell you, I've been hit with those things before. Those
Yeah, yeah,
fucking
yeah.
hurt." I'm like, I know for a fact
But
Raja felt that.
please go ahead. Sorry, finish what you were saying.
Uh Damn, I forgot what I was talking about.
Well,
But
you were saying that people gave you a little shit on
Reddit
Reddit,
and all this stuff.
and
yeah,
but
yeah, I saw like a couple people like giving me shit, and then Doug came out and was like, the kid that tried is like he was like that's he this is basically like his first year in wrestling and he's a kid. And after Doug put that up, I started seeing like a lot of people be like, "Oh, so this isn't like a grown man, this is a kid who's
Yeah.
like realistically like too young to even be trying to go toe to toe with an MMA fighter." Then I saw the switch and like especially when I saw like Jim Cornette talking about it and Stevie Richards, they were also like this kid was the first one in there.
Yeah.
And then I started seeing like a slow switch in the narrative.
Good.
It's
Good.
funny you say that. I saw the same thing because obviously I didn't know of you before that, and I'm reading the comments, and then one guy's like, "Hey, asshole! It's a 17-year-old kid. That's not." And then everybody switched like, "Oh shit! Well, respect," because you can see you're trying to grab him. Obviously, and I love the fact that when people who've never been in anything like that, or even not even saying a fight, a chaotic situation, everyone thinks they know what they're gonna do. But
Yeah.
when you're in the middle of chaos, it's a little bit different. It's easier to go back and look at a video and say, "Oh, well, he should have done this and he should have done that." Um,
Yeah. And
so
like another thing I'd want to say is like a lot of people are like, "Oh, why did this guy freeze or this guy freeze?" And I'm like, you know, it's easy to say like I would have stopped a conflict, but they also got to take into account that like with how close that locker room is, it's not just seeing like another wrestler getting beat up. It's the equivalent of seeing like your uncle or your dad get beat up
yeah,
with Stu. And that's why like I think that's why I personally freeze because it's like your brain is seeing an image that it can't register like, oh, this is actually
yep,
Yeah. Yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
Also, we're not used to shit like that. It's an entertainment show with kids in the audience.
Hmm.
Like nobody's expecting that.
Yeah.
To have your brain go from entertainment to it's not like when I was working bar security, right? If I was doing bar security and I
Hmm.
see guys talking shit and I'm watching the energy, I'm watching their body language, I'll walk up to that group and be like, "Don't you fucking think about it. I see you and I see you." And I pull both of them over here. I said, "One of you guys are gonna leave,"
Yeah.
you know?
yeah, yeah,
And it's not like that, right? This is now thrown right in front of your face. It's supposed to be an entertainment thing. And then like some of, the thing is when I'm looking at the punches when they were landing on the side of his head, they didn't look like they were super connecting. So then I'm like I'm like, is this? I'm like, oh fuck. And
yeah,
then like my brain's still trying to piece together exactly what I'm looking at, and then I'm moving
Yeah.
in.
Yeah. I can
And
yeah,
imagine.
then
Yeah.
yeah, you have to assess before you go to like okay, like in combat, when you get fired upon, like the training is at least when you get fired upon, the training is cover, concealment, action. You know what I mean? Like you have to figure out where it's coming from, what to do, have a plan, go, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
do it
Yeah. Yeah.
very quickly, very
Hmm.
quickly. So like the other part of that is that I'm watching, assessing, looking, and I'm gone. And then like, but nobody's expecting that. Nobody
Hmm.
Everyone's there to be entertained, and one
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
most heartbreaking things is the kids that were the side video with the kids filming it.
yeah. You hear him. You hear like almost like people screaming, like
Yeah, you hear,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just, yeah, man, it's fucked up. The dad of those kids, he reached out to me too, and he said his kids are scarred and they don't know if they can go to another wrestling show. And they said, if you're doing another show though, they want to go if you're going and all this stuff. But I'm
Ah.
like, that it broke my heart because you could hear the kid in the video going, "Save him, Epic," and I'm like, "Oh fuck!" Like when
Yeah.
I saw it again, as soon as I saw it again, I just started weeping because it's like I'm supposed to be a hero to this kid. Like I still feel like I froze, and like I still feel like I didn't act fast enough. I still feel like to me, it's just so wild, Like I
Mm.
never ever wanted to be in a position like this, and I don't like any of it, and I want my buddy to be okay. And like from the conversation I had today, he's doing better, but he's still, he's got some struggles.
That's good. That's good.
Like his GoFundMe is very important because people don't understand too. Like his wife is an absolute stud. What a stud. She works in the healthcare field. She does like respiratory therapy, right? And like
Hmm.
I have friends that are doctors and nurses, and that's people don't understand that field has the highest rate of depression. They
sure,
see so many people die, and then the rate of care that they have to keep up, they don't get a lot of time. So like now it's her husband
yeah,
who
Yeah.
can't walk for without a walker right now for a prolonged period of time because he gets the spins. who's starting sentences and forgetting what he's saying. You know, that's her husband. So now, like, her source of comfort that she needs after that hard day of work, right? That her rock, she has to tend to and be strong for.
Yeah.
Okay. That's why this GoFundMe too is also so important, not just for Stu, but for her. Like, that woman's such
Yeah.
a fucking hero for not only stepping up every day when she's at work, but now she's stepping up for her husband, and all the shit that she's had to rifle through, and all the hate that's come out on the internet, these stupid little fucking AI videos that people are making, all the drama that
I know.
people are coming. Stu doesn't want any of this drama.
No.
And like, even the shit I'm getting, like, oh, you're just cloud chasing because you're on podcasts and interviews and stuff. Well, okay, from your mouth, what's my ask to get on a podcast or an interview?
You said do me a favor, donate to Stu's GoFundMe.
Exactly. That's all I care about, because for me,
Yeah. You didn't ask for you
nothing.
didn't ask for a dollar for yourself.
I don't care about money I want my friend to be okay.
Yeah.
Like, I hurt for that. Like, for her to not know if her husband's going to come back to be like who
Yeah.
that's a very important. Stu was a cowboy.
Yeah.
Like, when I say like cowboy, he's the kind of guy, like, like, he just ponies up for the work. He's just there for it.
He's the opposite of Archie. He's a real man. I get it. I get what you're saying.
Well, with a name like Archie, you know what I mean? Like, it says a lot about his background.
But I'll tell you this. You were saying in one interview, you're like, I just keep searching for the silver lining in this silver lining. I got news for you, bro. You are the silver lining in this. You're the hero. You didn't ask to be in this situation. You were thrust in it. You did it. You literally. It's, again, I said before, it's not hyperbole. You saved somebody's life. He would have kept punching until Stu was dead. And by the way, the damage he did, even that looked bad. You didn't know if the guy's gonna make it or not. And then you're hearing, all these reports and stuff. But like, you 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 sprung into action, and you did what was right, and you stuck up for somebody, like you said, his family. Elias touched on it about the locker room is close, and man, I mean, we can't say enough good things about you, and that's not fucking clout chasing. That's you're trying to raise money for your friend,
Yeah.
and your avenue to do it right now is to do this stuff, and I think you're doing it. It's amazing.
We're also going to make sure that we blast out the GoFundMe on our end too when we post this
Thank you.
episode.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Like,
Yeah.
it just, like, I don't care how, like, I hope it's an obnoxious amount. I hope he makes a full fucking recovery, and
Yeah.
he looks at the internet and he goes, man, they really fucked me up on this post, and he just cries a little bit and wipes it with a couple $100
Couple
bills. You know
$100
what I
bills.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Like, if it's hot and his AC goes out, he just fans himself with $100 bill. Like, I want him to be so well. And when he looks back, because I don't know how I would be able to handle this if I was
Yeah.
on that side.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
Yeah,
Right? So
it's a mind fuck.
yeah, like, from what I know, he apologized to his wife for being in the hospital.
Yeah.
That broke my heart. Like, like, my girlfriend is just tough as nails, and she's my absolute fucking rock. And I couldn't imagine letting her down, or like feeling like I let her down.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's because that's what he feels, right? Like, that that's your everything. That's your partner, and you have to look at them, and they have to take care of you in this type of manner when you're this tough person who's
Yeah.
gone to war. Like, you've done nothing but provide, work hard. Like, it kills me.
I saw something today, and again, I don't think it's AI, and I respect Rampage Jackson. He was one of my favorite fighters, but I saw him on Ariel Hawani's show,
Yeah,
and
I saw
and I
that.
think it was today. And Arch, I'm paraphrasing here, but he said something like, "Well, now he's his son fucked up and this and that. He's not talking to him, and he's like, but he's like, you know, Stu never said now that, well, he didn't not know it was coming or whatever he said. Well, I don't know exactly. Maybe Arch, you know what he said, but he was like, he never said that it wasn't part of the script for him to jump in there. I'm
Yeah.
like, what?
Are you
Well,
fucking brain dead? Yeah, we knew he was gonna
What?
fucking jump in there. We didn't know your son was gonna beat him
Yeah,
half the fucking death. Like,
yeah,
there's a
I get it. It's his job. It's his job as a father to
yeah.
do. Yeah, I mean, like, let's be real. If it was
yeah.
my son,
You
if
can
it was
protect
my
your
son,
kids.
I hear
I
you.
would lie through my fucking teeth. Like, fuck you. That's my son. That's my blood. He came from my balls. He came from my fucking balls. I'm gonna make sure that whatever position he ends up in is just as comfortable and it is best that it can possibly fucking be. Because he has to feel responsible part ways because of what Raja did. So
Sure.
like as mad as that statement makes me, like the human in me goes, yeah, I fucking see it. You know what I mean? Like
I
you
know.
can't I will never blame a father for going to bat for their child.
I know.
You know,
It
unless their
just it
son's
just
Jeffrey
seemed
Dahmer.
like and I get it, but it just seemed like a tone deaf comment at the time.
It
Like,
was. It is. It is. It is tone deaf. It's completely tone deaf. I think it's stupid. I think what he said is absolutely fucking stupid.
He
You
said,
know,
he said in a tweet, he's like, I think Ariel Hawani, right? Is that his name?
yeah,
He said, I think he should do a little time, do a little community service. Uh, he believes his son, needs some jail time to reflect on his actions.
I think mandatory mental health. Like, I think if they can give him jail time plus family therapy, counseling to get over the grief that he feels with his mom, um, Rampage can do. I think Rampage, because of him losing his mom, I think Rampage needs to understand what that has on him psychologically, and I think we need
sure,
to work through that. And I think they could do that plus jail. And if anything, that might be the best course of action because if he just does jail, that could ruin him. That could
sure.
ruin any chance at him
Yeah,
becoming a
recovering.
normal functioning person in society. And nobody should ever want that for a human being.
No,
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
correct. Well
Stu is
said.
gonna like I love Stu and like if Stu wants him in jail for the rest of his life, my statements will be fuck him, put him in jail for the rest of his life. But you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
Like I don't even think Stu would want that. But like I said, I can't speak for him. Um, my goal is just, I'm speaking on my behalf. I've been somebody who wasn't necessarily perfect in my younger days. And there's situations where like if I would have gotten in trouble for, you know,
Yeah. No.
like I could have done an extensive amount of time, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you'll grow up, you're stupid. He happened to have done this shit on camera. I never did something that barbaric, but what I'm saying is like this whole situation to me is what happens when you have unmitigated pain and trauma in your soul. And because when you saw his eyes in
Yeah.
the ring, he
Yeah,
wasn't there. When I looked into his eyes, they were not there.
yeah.
He looked like he had rabies.
Yeah, you could even see that in the video after you guys blood, either your or Stu's blood on his shirt, and
Might be his because I bit
talking
him really hard.
maybe his own.
I'm proud of it.
And he was just like, you look like it was like no remorse, like he wasn't there. It was like that blank stare. But you hate to see a young man like that, ruin his life. But and I get it. People were like, oh well, Stu shouldn't have fucked with him in the back. Okay,
Handle it then and there. Handle it then and there. You
yeah,
don't wait.
right there. Don't let the guy apologize to you. If you're gonna do it and say, okay, I don't accept your apology, we're gonna fight right now. Okay, I have respect for that when somebody sees it coming. But like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just there's nothing in this whole scenario, whether it's the promoter letting it, doing it, him getting upset about the beer can thing. Nothing to me ever justifies what everybody saw in that ring. Nothing.
No, because if you would have, if you really had that big of a problem, you step outside toe to toe.
Yeah.
That's it. Like I'm not gonna wait to sleep you from behind or like, oh, you're gonna be defenseless. Like, yeah, Stu knows the spot's coming, but he doesn't know you're gonna do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
Exactly.
no one would just willfully allow that to happen. Like, oh, go ahead, fucking tee off on my fucking face. You know what I mean? Like that that's just fucking dumb. You know what I mean? Like I my brain was about to go on a hyperbole. I was going to draw a different comparison. I'm going to stop myself. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
that's like
yeah.
messing up someone's dining room table or something like that. And you're like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Go ahead and fuck my wife in front of me.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah, no, it's just so absurd. It's like it's out of this world. Like that, they should never
So
like.
sounds like an OnlyFans channel.
Yeah, yeah, right. Hey, you know what? I did say this on another podcast. If I have to do OnlyFans to raise money for Stu, that's what we got to do, right? You know,
hey,
I
listen, any
mean,
means
because
necessary.
yeah, I said
Yeah.
I offered a box Rampage if it meant raising the necessary funds for Stu. And people are like, oh, you think you could beat Rampage? I was like, no, I think I'd get my ass whooped, but I think I could raise money. Like, hey, the fuck you talking about?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
the
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that's noble. Before we let you guys go, Elias, so you have left this wrestling school. What's your next move when it comes pertains to wrestling?
Um, I'm definitely gonna I'm definitely gonna keep at it. I mean, in my post, I said I'm gonna take like September just as like a breakaway from it,
Sure.
focus on personal life stuff. But uh, definitely once I'm back in it in October, I'm ready to if anybody wants to book me for like a show, I'm okay with that. Uh, I'm definitely keeping my options open as well with like wrestling schools because to me, like no, like in terms of wrestling, nobody ever really knows like everything because it's all you're always learning.
Sure.
Yeah.
And like and like at the end of the day, like Doug said, what I want most to come out of this is just more awareness to Stu and just giving continued support to him and his wife because again, like Doug said, she's the sweetest person ever and like she's genuinely she is such a strong woman. Like when I met her the first night, I was like, dude, this is like I like me and like the other wrestlers that were there were like all like distraught and crying and like she spoke to us and she was just straight faced and was like, okay, he's gonna be okay. He's gonna
Yeah.
pull through.
A
He was
strong
And I'm
woman.
poor thing.
like shocked because I'm like, dude, yeah, she's absolutely like the strongest like person that I've met in like a couple years. And that's really what I want to come out of this, because I mean, it's upsetting like because again, like I've been saying it never should have happened, but if it
Yeah.
means like if what comes out of this is more support for Stu and just more like people get backing him and backing that family, then I can sleep peacefully at night, you
Good.
know. That's really what I want out of this, Like to me it was never about like clout or Instagram followers or bookings. To me it was I want to help save my friend.
Well, that's you seem like a very nice young man, and I'm sure that uh, obviously your journey is going to go on. Where can people find you either on social media and or to book you?
Um, I'm on Instagram at I am Doom underscore 187. It's just I and the M. Doom underscore 187 on Instagram. I'll probably end up having to set up an email for bookings, like a separate email. But that's where my Instagram handle is at. I and again, if people go to my account, you don't need to follow me, but my in my bio is the link for the GoFundMe for Stu.
Good.
Just look at
Yeah.
that, donate to that. That's literally all I want.
All
All right,
right, brother.
Elias, we're going to let you go. Thank you so much, pal. We appreciate your time. Stay well, and we'll talk in the future.
Thank
Be
you guys.
safe. Good luck,
I appreciate you
Elias.
guys too.
All
I'm
right.
so proud
Take
of you,
care.
bro.
Thank you guys. Thank you, Doug. All right, bye guys.
All right. He seems like a very good young man, Doug.
Oh, he's the greatest. He's
Right.
so good.
Um, so what's next for you now? I mean, again, watching your work on clips, getting familiar with your work and what you do. Obviously, you have the look, you have the charisma, you have the legitimate toughness. To me, it seems like a no-brainer for one of the big guys, whether it be AEW, WWE, TNA, NXT, to to pick you up and work with you. I mean, it seems like you have you have what it takes. What's your aspirations?
I would love to get picked up. That would be fantastic. I'll go anywhere. MLW, TNA, WWE, AEW. I like to entertain people, and like I don't have a normal, some people like I gotta be the guy, I gotta be this. I'm just like, bro, if I can get reactions out of people, like let's go do the thing. Um, Anywhere. Right now I'm taking local bookings. I've been offered to go, I think it's talking to somebody who wants to fly me to Canada. We're still setting that up. Uh, I want to try to get out to New York, Boston, Florida if I can. Uh, Anywhere. I don't care. I love to wrestle and I love to talk to some people from Colorado. Um, it Anywhere. I just love to wrestle. I love to entertain people. Um, I'm just concerned my first match back, I might be the absolute drizzly shits. Just because I haven't hit a ring since this whole ordeal, and I've lost like I think I'm down 22 pounds just
Holy
from
shit.
being. I've been so stressed I haven't eaten.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad. I normally walk around 260 pounds. I weighed like 239 the other day.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I've been so fucking stressed. And then like, yeah, no, it's been nuts. Name like Archie, I know you're prepared for him.
All right. All right. Continue,
Oh,
please. Sorry about that.
Talk to me about your shoe company you were just saying.
Well, I was saying, like, I want to get back to the people that fell out with the school. So when I get bookings, I'm going to try to see what I can get for everybody else, as much as possible within reason. But me being a nice person, that's how I got my shoe company. I was nice to this guy. We started a conversation, started a friendship. And lo and behold, he had a shoe company called 510. His name is Jason Jackman. Sold his company. I think it was to Reebok or Adidas. I always forget. My brain don't work. And then now, him and my little brother and my buddy Ian Captain Morgan, who was in the first video I put out about the situation. The bald guy said if I was there, yeah, we all have a shoe company. It's called Odd 2C Shoes. It'll be one of the best looking 8-inch boots you've ever seen, and technology I'm not going to put out there yet on the full function of it, but it will be the most comfortable and useful shoe you could use for wrestling. Period.
Awesome.
And boxing.
That's cool.
It's lighter than my boxing shoe.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, and it all started because I was nice to somebody, and my little brother who did this with me, it was, originally my idea, but he's the one who pulled me out of homelessness or got me, just never quit on me. Not once did he like give up on me being the person he thought I was, right? He always knew I was better than what I was giving. And because of that, then when I started the shoe thing, he started jumping in and took the things that he knows that I struggle with and just started going to town and everyone laughed. And now we're here. And it's crazy. It's crazy.
Nice. Well,
Yeah.
listen, I'm sure your future is going to be very bright. You're a good person. Like I said, you're a hero. Archie and I feel the same way. We appreciate you coming to talk about this. I'm sure you're so fucking sick of talking about this. And what I was saying before was that, like, you're the hero in the story, but it's traumatic to you to see what happened to your friend. It's like seeing your friend get hit by a car, or seeing something like that, where,
Yeah.
where it's that's the part that I think people may not fully understand. But again, true hero. We wish you nothing but the best. We would absolutely love to have you back on in the future.
Yeah.
Where can everybody
Oh, yeah.
find you on social media?
YouTube, Doug _ Malo, MALO. So DOUG _ MALO. And then Instagram, it's at just the epic with underscore separating the words. That's where you could find me at.
And we're gonna put a link in an episode to the GoFundMe for Stu. That's the main thing. And in the meantime, until next time we talk to you, if we see you wrestling anywhere in the New York, New Jersey, PA area,
Working on it.
we are definitely coming to see you.
Hell yeah, I'm working
Awesome.
on that right now too, so that'd be fun.
Awesome. I will reach out, dude. You're a stand-up guy, and we can't thank you enough.
Hell yeah. I appreciate you guys for having me.
No, you got it.
Oh yeah.
Thank
Talk to
you.
soon. Stay well.
Yes, sir. Take it easy.
Thank you.
All right.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye. Well, that was a pretty Interesting podcast, Rock.
All heroes don't wear capes.
That's right. They have bags of dicks.
They wear tights and state-of-the-art wrestling boots. Yeah, he's a good dude. And again, I know we keep saying it ad nauseum. He saved this fucking guy's life.
Yeah.
Like,
And and you'll never fucking know. Like you'll never know why he really did that. But I think Homeboy's got some problems that he needs to sort out before he goes back into the real world. So
yeah,
I hope Stu makes a full recovery. We all do. We hope the guy
yeah.
makes a recovery because we don't want any human being to suffer like that, and especially
Oh,
get
dude.
blown out on the internet and like you just got fucking
Yeah, dude. Uh, service to the country. Uh, from all accounts, a really good dude. First off, nobody deserves that. You can be the shittiest person in the world, you don't fucking deserve that.
yeah.
Um, just hope he makes a full recovery. And I hope he gets back in there and wrestles again because obviously that's what he loves doing. I hear that he had PTSD and wrestling was the way that he coped with it. And don't take that away from him. Again, there's really no winners in this story. I hope Raja Jackson gets the whatever help that he needs. I really hope it doesn't ruin the kid's life. And again, the silver lining in it is Doug. He really he stepped up. He wasn't trying to be a tough guy. He was just trying to help a friend.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
Maybe. With that being said, Rocco, what do you have to say to the people?
You just heard us talking to our boy Doug. You're high on life because that's your drug. You're rocking a mean mug, but you're not a thug. You just need a hug. And you just listen to Not These Two Fucking Guys podcast.
We out.